My wife's transmission was dying, so I worked 70-hour weeks for 2 months saving every dollar for a new car. I was about to surprise her when I came home early and overheard her planning something with her best friend. I'm 34, been married 3 years. My wife Laura drives a 2019 sedan that's been having transmission problems for months. Not catastrophic failure, but the kind of issues that make you wonder if today's the day you're calling an Uber to work. She'd been hinting she wanted something newer, something reliable. 2 months ago, she got more direct about it. Showed me listings for a certified pre-owned Subaru, nothing crazy expensive, around $28,000. We didn't have that kind of cash sitting around because we'd been aggressively paying down my student loans, but I figured she deserved something dependable. So I started taking every overtime opportunity that came my way. Weekends, evening calls, covering for coworkers. For nearly 2 months, I worked 65 to 70-hour weeks and saved every extra penny in what I called the car fund. Laura seemed understanding, said she appreciated how hard I was working. Her best friend Rachel would come over to keep her company when I was working late. She's divorced, works in tech, always seemed cool. They'd have wine nights, watch their shows, do whatever. I didn't think anything of it. Last Tuesday, I finished a site visit early. What should have taken 3 hours took 90 minutes. I got home around 7:30 instead of my usual 10 p.m. I heard Laura and Rachel's voices in the kitchen. That's when I heard Rachel say something about timing, and Laura responding that she had to be careful about when she made her move. At first, I figured they were planning a surprise or something work-related. Then Laura said she'd been thinking about it a lot lately, especially with me working overtime, and that this would be the perfect time to see what else was out there. Rachel agreed, said Laura deserved to explore her options, even offered to help with logistics. Laura worried about the financial implications, but Rachel told her she could always come back to her current situation if the new thing didn't work out, that I'd probably take her back because I'm too polite for my own good. That's when my blood went cold. This wasn't party planning. This was my wife plotting an affair and planning to use our marriage as her safety net. I quietly left, sat in my truck for 10 minutes, then drove around for an hour. When I came back, I acted completely normal. Over the next few days, Laura started dropping hints. Things about people needing space, about loving each other but wanting to explore other connections. Real subtle. Friday night, she finally had the talk. Said maybe we got married too young. She loved me but wasn't sure if she was in love anymore. Wanted to stay at Rachel's for a while. If we were meant to be, we'd find our way back. I asked if there was someone else. She said of course not. She'd never do that to me. She just needed space alone to figure herself out. Rachel had offered to let her stay. Maybe they could take a short trip somewhere to clear her head. So I said okay. If that's what she needed, I understood. I'd keep working, keep saving money, give her all the time she needed. What I didn't tell her was I'd already called a divorce attorney Thursday morning. Laura moved out Sunday. Took her clothes, laptop, books, essentials for a temporary separation. She hugged me at the door and said she hoped we could work things out, that this wasn't necessarily the end, just a pause to gain clarity. Monday morning, I went to the bank and transferred all the savings, including the $12,000 car fund I'd been building, into a new account in only my name. Thanks to our prenup, I was completely within my rights. Her name wasn't on my work accounts anyway. Tuesday, I had the divorce paperwork prepared. Nothing malicious, just straightforward dissolution based on irreconcilable differences. Real clean thanks to the prenup. We each keep what we brought in. Wednesday, she texted asking if I'd thought about us, if I was ready to have a real conversation about working on our relationship. I told her I had a lot of thoughts and was definitely ready to talk. Could she come over Thursday evening? She seemed excited, said she'd been thinking about our future too and was ready to discuss it. Thursday evening, she showed up with takeout and started talking about how her time away made her realize how much she missed our life together. Maybe she'd been overthinking things. Sometimes you just need to step back to appreciate what you have. That's when I handed her the divorce papers. I've never seen someone's face change so fast. She went from nervous and happy to confused to angry in about 15 seconds. Started asking what this was supposed to mean, if this was a joke, why I was being so dramatic about her wanting some space. I told her I knew exactly what kind of space she was looking for, and I decided to give her all the space in the world, permanently. She demanded to know what I was talking about. So I mentioned I'd overheard her conversation with Rachel last Tuesday. Not everything, because I didn't stay for the whole planning session, but enough to understand she was preparing to cheat, and expected me to be waiting here like a loyal golden retriever after she'd exhausted her options. The look on her face told me everything I needed to know. She tried to claim I'd misunderstood, taken things out of context, that she never actually did anything. I said that was great because it meant the divorce would be even cleaner. Then she brought up money, specifically whether she could access the savings account to get her own place, maybe buy that reliable car since she'd be starting over. I told her the savings account had been closed, and the money I'd earned working overtime for the past 2 months was now in an account she couldn't access. Turns out I wasn't going to fund her exploration phase after all.